I've had crushes, you've had crushes, we've all had crushes at some point in our lives. And I think we can all agree crushes can be a little bit confusing at some points. If you clicked on this video, it's for one of three reasons. One, you want to hear my thoughts on why crushes can be so confusing. Two, you currently have a crush and you want to see if something in this video can help clear up some stuff. Or three, you saw the video and you just couldn't help but click on it because of me. Any of those reasons are perfectly fine. So let's get into the video. Why are crushes so confusing? Basic answer, it's because it involves people. Why does that make them confusing, you might ask? It's because people are unpredictable. People are gonna do what they want, say what they want, whenever they want, however they want. Which leads into the next thing. You never know what somebody really thinks about you. You can help your crush, be nice to your crush, and even flirt with your crush all day if you wanted to. And at the end of the day, you still might not have an idea if they're even slightly interested in you. And I think that's the thing that really makes crushes so confusing nowadays. Now, in scenarios like that, it's usually because the girl is being confusing. Girls, before you try to punch me through the screen, just hear me out. Guys are pretty simple, by which I mean if we want something, we go for it. If a guy is confused, it's more often than not because of something the girl has been doing. For example, a girl could be giving off hints that she thinks are big enough for the guy to notice that she's interested in him. But in actuality, the girl is not giving big enough hints for the guy to truly determine if she's interested or not. Now, there's also a different side of that story. The girl could be dropping obvious enough hints to let the guy know that she's interested, and the guy just not get it because, you know, he's being stupid. Or it could be one of those scenarios where the guy wants the girl to come to them. And that type of scenario doesn't really tend to work out that much. Since forever ago, it's written that the guy has to go approach the girl if he's interested. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that rule. I honestly don't have a problem with that rule, but yeah, people don't really use that rule much. But out of all that, it's usually the girl that's being confusing, just a little bit. If you've had a crush, or you currently have a crush, you might find yourself in some of these classic crush scenarios. First, you have the fantasy crushes. These are the types of scenarios where you think you really don't have a shot with that other person. So what ends up happening is you just end up stalking their Instagram and Snapchat, and yeah, that's kind of how that stage goes. Then you have your distant crushes. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are this one. These are the type of scenarios where you have a crush on somebody, but you don't actually make time to approach them. You never really make time to small talk with that other person. Then you have your coworker crushes. If you don't understand how this can happen, let me just paint a little scenario for you. One day you're gonna go into work and you're gonna see your coworker Kelly. Now you've seen Kelly make hamburgers before, but you've never seen her make cheeseburgers before. So you're gonna be standing there and all of a sudden you're gonna see Kelly making a cheeseburger. Her process and flow is just so intriguing. You've never seen somebody make a cheeseburger like this in your entire life. You start thinking about all the free cheeseburgers you could get when she's your wife. Where have you been all my life? Then you got your classmate crushes. I myself fall into this category, but none of those scenarios compared to the most important one of all, the best friend crush. Best friend crushes are quote-unquote the worst types of crushes. Having a crush on your best friend and having a crush on your regular friend are two totally different things. You know a lot about this person, you hang out with this person a lot, and you prefer to hang out with them over anybody else in the world. And those very reasons are why best friend crushes can be so confusing. They make you question yourself a lot, basically. What if he or she doesn't feel the same? What if it becomes awkward between us? What if it ruins our entire friendship? And then sometimes you find yourself in this kind of scenario. You and your best friend will be hanging out, and then all of a sudden your classmates come up in a whole group talking about are y'all dating? Your best friend's gonna go, no, we're just friends. He's like a brother to me. And then you're gonna go, yeah, she's like my sister. I would never date my sister. That's stupid. But in reality, you're like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault I have feelings for you. And if you find yourself in this kind of scenario, sorry to tell you, but you're in the friend zone. The zone where everybody thinks if they get in, they are never getting out and never finding true happiness. But just because you make it in the friend zone doesn't mean you can't get out. People change and so do their feelings. So it never hurts to have hope. Now, what kind of crush video would this be if I didn't end it off with some advice? Number one, don't be desperate. Desperation translates to creepiness, people. If you come up to your crush asking them out like, please, you're all I have. I will die without you. I lay awake thinking about you every night. Look, it's our future family. Don't worry. We're not gonna let Billy get more than 5 tattoos. Don't do that. That comes off creepy to both boys and girls, okay? Number two, be sweet, but don't be arrogant. Sometimes in TV shows, the character will think when asking out another character that they need to act like they don't care at all. If you ask out your crush and you make it look like you don't care, that makes that other person think that the future relationship you guys could possibly have wouldn't go anywhere. Nobody wants to date somebody who won't put effort into the relationship. Number three, Just be nice to them. Niceness goes a long way, people. Compliment them, offer help when needed, just basic stuff. You can get them a gift, but don't make it anything too major. You don't want to let them know that you like them too early in the game. Everybody likes a good chase. Number 4, have confidence. Now, I know that's an easy thing to say, and some people really do struggle with gaining confidence, but in scenarios like this, it really does help. People like confident people. If you're confident enough to walk up to your crush and tell them how you feel, that lets that person know that you're a confident person. And even if you get rejected, which you won't, that confidence you displayed then can help transfer over to your next crush. And my final piece of advice I'm going to leave with you guys. Shoot your shot. That's the great thing about crushes. You're not tied down to just have one in life. You're free to have as many crushes as you want. There are plenty of fish in the sea. If you get rejected, it's their loss. Just because somebody doesn't accept your feelings doesn't make you worthless. Here's how I like to think about it. If you get rejected, think of it like this. You're one step closer to finding the right one. And like I said before, people change. Maybe you ask out that girl or boy, you give them a gift, you get rejected, you go back to being friends, and then as time goes on, that person starts to develop feelings for you, and eventually you end up with your dream boy or girl. I mean, hypothetically, of course, it didn't happen to me or anything, but hey, you never know.